does an elephant never forget? Ask God, ask God. What is the point in a cruet set? Ask God, ask God. Who put the toenail under my bed? Ask God, ask God.
Well, it's a bit of a bad time really, but no, I'm not really interested in life insurance. Well, in all honesty, I don't believe you actually know who you're talking to. My name, God. Well, I don't really have a first name. No, I'm ever so sorry. And I really have no need for life insurance, as I say. So, if you don't mind, thank you. It's okay. Bye. Right. Oh, ever so sorry about that. What? Well, you could have started recording after I'd finished a phone call, couldn't you? You could have waited 2 seconds, you really are. I'm ever so sorry. So anyway, hello and welcome to Ask God. It's very nice to be. I do trust that you're all keeping well. Well, as you probably guessed by now, this is a program where you send in the questions and we answer them for you. It's all part of making God and heaven more visible to the spiritually declining Western Hemisphere, and we're doing a couple show as all part of that. So you send in your questions, we answer them or do our best to answer them for you, and also along the way there's these blessed incentive type things as well, which I get told I have to reel off basically. So at the moment our present incentive is something called Wings from the King. So if you want the bling, come join the king, because that's me apparently, then come up to Bliss, because we're offering wings. Yes, and I've got to do the silly hand gesture as well. Anyway, I'm so sorry about that, and that's all over and done with. So, yes, we've had a few more ideas for the incentives, and at the moment we're doing something called the dual sold discount. It's not so much of a discount as a reassurance really. Where you nominate your chosen partner and they get the reassurance that they're going to join you in old bliss when you both pass on from the old corporeal realm there, down in old Terra Nova. Terra Firma. Terra Nova was a program, wasn't it? Yeah, it's rather good then. It's not making it, but I thought it's rather good actually. Yeah, it's quite good, I enjoyed that. Yes. Anyway, so yes, we've got this other thing, as I say, the dual sold discount. However, there is a bit of a nota bene there. We've noticed, our complaints department's noticed that we're getting a few people up here who haven't actually been the partner of the matrimonial type, shall we say. So, just be careful who you're nominating, right? That's all I'm going to say about it. Just be very careful who you're nominating, because it leads to a little bit of disappointment, a bit of perturbation. So there we go. Anyway, so as I say, it's not so much of a discount, it's more of a reassurance. Dual sold discount, you'll hear about it. And if you recommend a friend for the dual sold discount at the minute, you get one of these nice blessometer things, and your person you nominated, they also get a blessometer type thing as well, which Joseph Swan and Nikola Tesla invented. Get them busy, hold up in bliss, basically. And bliss is the new name for heaven, if you haven't guessed already. For those who haven't been watching the program so far. So there we go. Anyway, what the show's really all about is the questions, and that's what I want to get through, basically. And two, I hasten to add. So today's question is from Philippa what? Philippa Bucket. Well, it's got to be a fake name, hasn't it? Well, it has, Philippa Bucket. Philippa Bucket? What do you mean you don't get it? You must get it. Oh, no, sorry, one moment. You must get that, Philippa Bucket. Philippa Bucket. I do worry about you sometimes, I really do. Anyway, what does Philippa ask? Philippa. She says, what's the point of occasional tables? What's the point of occasional tables? Well, they're for use occasionally, Philippa. Or is that too obvious? I don't think so. Well, I hope that answers your question, Philippa. It's a bit of a strange question. Anyway, because of that, I do feel that we got time for another question, basically. So, what have we got? We got Vlad Dostoevsky of Kettering. You would have thought it would have been somewhere like Kiev or I don't know, Belarus or something like that, wouldn't you? No, but no, anyway, one shouldn't judge really, I suppose. Vlad asks, if I think therefore I am, when I'm not thinking, am I still am? Or something to that effect. Anyway, so in short, Vlad, you always are still being, and when you're thereforeing, you're also being, and therefore am. However, when you're not thinking, you are still therefore erroring, and thereforeing, and therefore are. So if you think where you aren't thinking, you are in fact thinking, because that thought is actually a thought in itself. So thinking that you're not thinking is actually a thought, which sort of negates the argument that you're presenting, basically, Vlad. So I hope that answers your question. Mind you, on that note, I've often felt like going cognito ergo sum. Just a little joke there. Yes. Cognito ergo sum. It was cogito ergo sum, wasn't it? Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. Well, I know I think, therefore I am, because I am. But no, I'll explain it to you later. I don't think philosophy was a strong point, basically. So, yes, Vlad, you still are, whether you're thinking or you think that you're not thinking, or you are thinking, you just are, basically. So I hope that answers your question for you. And just before we go, we do need to mention these blessed initiatives. So at the minute we've got Soul Cleanser, which is basically for spiritual evolution. We've got a solution, Soul Cleanser. Removes guilt without leaving any nasty stains. For terms and conditions, please read your Bible. There, I've done it again. There we go, done it. And then we got something else as well. We've got a lot of these rebranding things, haven't we, on the go at the minute. So we got rid of a good few terms, and one of the ones we got rid of was redemption, in short. So it's now called spiff. Yeah, the spiffing, apparently. Yeah, spiffing. So there we go. So it means sins paid in full. So there we go. It's no longer redemption. That was recommended by the Out of Focus group. That's my name from actually the focus group that worked with Janice for marketing, but I won't go into all that. Yeah. Anyway, then we've also got Peace, Eternity, Grace and Salvation, which is always good, a staple I find, which we highly recommend. So we've got the PEGs, Peace, Eternity, Grace and Salvation. Was there anything else? I don't think so. Anyway, that's all we have time for today. So please send in your questions. You can email us at askgodtv@outlook.com. You can question us via Twitter, which is simply @AskGodTV. You can like our Facebook page and send in questions through Facebook as well. And our page there is AskGodTV. The page is actually simply called Ask God, but there we go. Then we got our YouTube channel as well, which is also called Ask God, and you'll recognise that from my lovely representation on there, basically. So I do trust that you'll all keep well and be safe. Peace be with you. Bye for now.